Hello, my name is Cynthia and I am the founder of SacredGroundProductions.com, a company that is dedicated to the dance, music, and theater of the African diaspora. As a child growing up in the 50s and 60s, entertainment played a really important part in my life. Watching movies, cartoons, and going to the theater and the movies taught me many things. It taught me values and morals. It also taught me that black people were not as important as white people. That was the message that I got. So I decided to found Sacred Ground Productions, which is about African people telling their own stories. Now, many of these stories may not be reflected in the textbooks that you have read or in mainstream institutions, but these stories have been handed down to us at our grandfathers and grandmothers' knees and accurately depicted history. And so when you leave others to depict you, you leave them to define you. And that often leads to them misrepresenting you and misunderstanding you. So come and visit us at SacredGroundProductions.com. We know that the pen is mightier than the sword, but we also know that he who owns the gold makes the rules. So support us, support our work, and contribute at SacredGroundProductions.com, where we tell our own stories, shine our own lights, and live our own truths. Thank you.
It's really important for us to always tell these stories to our children so that they can tell the stories to the next generation. A lot of times we forget where we come from, and I think that we always need to make sure that as adults, as storytellers, as performers, that we keep the legacy going and we keep the memories of our ancestors alive.
I like the fact that it gives a more personalized look to Harriet Tubman, and how she was able to do a lot of what she did through the grace of God, and not through any man's rule, not through her own rule, but just by going with God. And it gives a look into what we went through, and a lot of fears that a lot of black people had for freedom, and a lot of them who didn't really, or who weren't really ready for freedom in a new land. But I respect the piece, and I think that it's something that's going to be a classic.
It was historically accurate. It was wonderful.